Good morning, everyone. This is the report of Group 10. So, our topic is all about statement of cost of goods sold manufacturer. Cost of goods manufactured is a term used in managerial accounting that refers to a schedule or statement that shows the total production cost. It does not only include the cost of materials and labor, but also bought for a company during a specific period of time. So, it is the manufacturing the product that a company sells during a period. So it directly tied to the production of the products. So there are three kinds of inventories according to paragraph 6 of IAS 2, which are the follows. First is the raw materials inventory. The raw materials inventory are the materials or supply to be consumed in the production process to be transformed as completed goods. So like for example, ang paggawa ng mga gamit. So like teddy bears or tela. So isa ito sa manufacturing. So ang raw materials inventory kasi is ito yung tinatransform na product nila as completed goods. So, next is work in process inventory. These are the items that are currently in the process of production. So, from the word itself, work in process. So, on process pa lamang siya. So, it means na hindi pa siya tapos pero papunta na doon. So, patapos na. Last is the finished goods inventory. These are the items that completed the production process and are held for sale in the ordinary course of business. So again, from the word itself, finish. So tapos na. Tapos na ng production and ready for sale na. So which means dito na tayo kikita sa ating mga finished goods product. So these are the three kinds of inventory to our manufacturing operations. Also, there are three components of products, which are the direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Direct material Direct materials is ito yung material na ginagamit sa production na ita-transform as finished goods. While yung direct labor naman is yung mga expenses natin sa ating mga tagagawa or labor like sahod nila. Then last is yung manufacturing overhead natin is ito yung mga other expenses natin or yung indirect costs. So, direct material plus direct labor plus manufacturing overhead is total to our manufacturing costs. Take a look for the picture, the given example. So, the statement of cost of good manufacture. Ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng computations para makuha natin yung cost of good manufacture. For computing our manufacturing cost, kailangan din nating i-adapt yung mga changes ng ibang account titles. So, example nito is makikita natin yung direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So, first is our direct material use. Sa direct material use natin, nakabilong yung raw materials inventory natin. Yung raw material inventory naman natin, nakabilang din dito yung beginning inventory or yung raw materials inventory beginning. Pagkatapos nun, pag gusto nating bumili or may nabili tayo ng mga materials or raw materials na gagamitin in the future, so so i-add natin ito as purchases of raw materials or i-debit natin siya as purchases of raw materials. Pero if ever naman na may nabili tayo or may natanggap tayo ng mga sira or mali na mga materials, so mabibilong siya doon sa purchases, return, and allowances. So, i-credit natin siya as purchases, returns, and allowances. Then, if may mga discounted naman yung mga nabili natin na materials, ililas din natin ito as purchases discount. Then, yung net cost of purchases, ililes natin doon sa mga purchases, return, and allowances, tsaka purchases discount, makukuha natin yung net purchases. Then, if may mga additional katulad ng transportational i-add lang natin ito sa net purchases. Tapos, yung beginning inventory natin is i-add din natin doon sa total ng net purchases tsaka transportational para makuha natin yung raw materials available for use. Then after that, ililes natin yung raw materials inventory end. Para makuha natin yung raw materials inventory end, so kailangan lang natin i-perform yung lahat ng debit tsaka lahat ng credit ng raw materials natin para makuha natin yung end balance for the total of our direct labor. So next is our manufacturing overhead. So our indirect costs. These are the example of lease in our manufacturing overhead, the indirect labor, indirect materials, our depreciation expense, factory building, the repairs and maintenance, the amortizations, and others. So, i-add or isa-summarize lang natin lahat ng amount nito. Tsaka, so, again, i-add lang natin lahat ng manufacturing overhead. Pagkatapos is yung direct labor natin is ililess lang natin doon yung manufacturing overhead natin para makuha natin yung total manufacturing cost. Then, next is our work in process beginning. So, ito yung mga account na nakabilong lahat ng work in process or yung hindi pa tapos na production process. So, dito yung mga pending pa lamang or yung hindi pa tapos pero tinatapos na. So, i-add natin ito sa total manufacturing cost para makuha ang total cost of good placed in process. Then, after that, i-less natin ang work in process and to get our cost of good manufactured. So the total manufacturing cost should not be confused with the cost of good manufacture. The total manufacturing costs are the cost of direct material use, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead incurred in charge to production during an accounting period. The cost of good manufacture consists of the total manufacturing cost related to the product completed during an accounting period. So this statement is also called the manufacturing statement. Statement of cost of goods sold. So the difference in the income statement of a merchandising and a manufacturing entity lies in the cost of goods sold sections. As illustrated, observe that the merchandiser used the term merchandise inventory while the manufacturer used the term finished goods inventory. A merchandiser's entire inventory is finished goods. A merchandiser has no materials inventory and work in process inventory. So manufacturer produce its own finished goods inventory. Cost of goods manufactured is the manufacturer counterpart to the merchandiser purchases. Net cost of purchases is the cost of all the goods or merchandiser bought for sale during the period. The cost of goods manufactured is the manufacturing cost of the goods completed during a production period. So these are the merchandising entity and manufacturing entity. The difference between them is the merchandising entity use the merchandising inventory while the manufacturing entity used the term finished goods inventory. So it means that uh, the manufacturing entity makes good to sell while the merchandiser buys or acquires goods to resale. The worksheet for a manufacturing entity. The worksheet for a manufacturing entity is basically the same as that for a merchandising entity. Again, the worksheet for a manufacturing entity. The worksheet for a manufacturing entity is basically the same as that for a merchandising entity, except that it includes a pair of columns for cost of good manufacture. All the accounts that comprise a statement of cost of goods manufacture are extended to these columns. Beginning raw materials inventory and work in process are debited in the manufacturing columns, while the related ending inventories are credited. The other manufacturing accounts are either debited or credited as necessary. The difference between the total debits and total credits of these two columns is then extended to the debit column of the income statement, beginning finished goods inventory being a component in the computation of cost of goods sold is extended to the debit side of the income statement columns, while the ending finished goods inventory to the credit columns. So the worksheet for manufacturing entity, so um, it already explained itself po. So making worksheet for manufacturing is the same as merchandising entity. So except that manufacturing include a pair columns, also there is other account that is necessary to be credit, pero they're the same. Just there is other that is necessary to be that there is account that are necessary to be debited or credited.